This is history. This is January 22nd, 2011. And Ben, Joyce, and crew have just finished hanging 25 paintings in Google's main office at Garcia Avenue. How does it feel, Ben?
It's great. It's a big task, but we got it done.
Do you think the paintings looked really good?
Yeah, fabulous. Great place to hang and great opportunities. So, bright future.
This is the front door to Google Earth. There goes Benny into Google Earth. This is a momentous, great day. Congratulations. This is history being made today.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
We're so happy to have Ben here at Google and putting up his beautiful work for our team building.
Oh, well, thanks for the invitation.
Thanks.
It'll be a great experience.
So what's the first one going in, Darbo?
This is Coeur d'Alene, Northern Panhandle.
Here's the whole show spread out in the parking lot.
Okay. Okay.
Abstract topophilia started here in a small rural mountain village in California.
So I worked at the Rice Art Gallery for all the time that I was in school, and it's mainly
You know, like with this stuff, it really.
so.
Yeah, and that's, hopefully.
Thank you. Yay! We're gonna say Google, January 22nd, 2011. Benny has hung 25 paintings, and let's have a hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! This is Tuesday morning, and we're at 2380 Poplar in Roseman, the scene of an unfortunate accident. The silver car here was last night thinking they were going to enter onto the freeway about 10 o'clock and instead ended up rear-ending this black car and pushing it into the garage of the home here. The inside of the garage looks like this. Both cars suffered extensive damage, but luckily no one was injured. Well, Pan, you're going to start stocking the Roseman News in the rooms for the guests.
Yes, I am.
Each
guest will have their own copies in the room so they could read it and what's going on in Roseman.
And be able to use the coupons for the local stores and if they need to fix their car.
Oh, absolutely. Cars and restaurants and even the hardware store for supply.
And you're going to stock them over at Carl's on Sierra Highway too.
Yes, at our other facility on Sierra Highway, Carl's Motel.
How do you feel that the JV season's been going so far as it is?
It's been going good. We've been winning all our games except for Kern Valley, but I think we have a chance of tying early this season.
How was the game in Cal City?
It was good. We won, and our varsity is really good. Everyone did good.
Okay, thank you. How has the JV season been going so far for you?
It's interesting, but it's fun.
How was the game against Cal City?
It was very fun. I think he's my best friend.
What do you think the powers that be in Roseman should work on in 2011?
Well, I think they should work on things like creating more programs for the kids.
Okay.
After school activities. They need to build more businesses here for work, like a bowling alley, movie theaters,
Sure.
and things like that. Because it's very important because what these kids are going to do when they get out of high school.
I understand that you're going to be promoted.
I've been promoted.
You've been promoted, a new captain for the Kern County Fire Department.
Right.
How much preparation does that take?
It takes a lot. I mean, you got to work your way up from firefighter to engineer to captain. So it takes you, a minimum of 6 years at least.
Okay.
You got to get your training and your experience before you get it.
The guy that was here that we're going to carry in the paper, Andrew, was it Francine or Frenchier? He's already been moved.
He's been moved temporary also.
Oh.
So he's the same boat as me. They moved him temporary on his shift and over at Old River until, like I said, till the bids come out and finds a home.
You think he might come back here?
He'd like to. I don't know if he will get to, but
I see.
he'd like to.
Why would you like to be here? Because of the new station and...
Yeah, it's a new station. Good community.
What's your favorite recipe?
For here?
Yeah, for here.
I think making chicken fried steak from scratch is pretty.
That's your specialty right now.
One of our main things here, yeah.
How long does it take to put an order like that together?
It takes about 45 minutes to prepare it. We cut it out of a big chunk of meat. And cut it all down and bread it.
Do you guys make your own desserts?
Right now, the only dessert that we make here is my apple strudel.
Okay.
And we have like a mud pie cake and a cheesecake, but we don't make that here.
All right, so this is your factory here, I guess. This is the hot grill here.
My hot grill.
And then over here you got boiling and.
My stove, my ovens. Steam table. All my hot food. My deep fryer over here.
Oh yeah.
And we have our biscuit warmer and our prime rib oven.
As of today, just as a brief update, I did speak to Jesse Dhaliwal, who's the project manager of California Department of Public Health, and he indicated that the RCSD arsenic compliance project has been selected for funding, and it's now in the process of getting some residual information that we need to get to him as far as hard copies of the information that was submitted, and some system maps that corresponded to the overall 11 systems that are going to be incorporated into RCSD system. It's now a matter of time of processing that paperwork and getting him the last details that he needs. So just an update on that for you on the arsenic grant project.
Relationship between the district and the Roseland Community Services District Foundation. And just as sort of a very simple synopsis that I think is appropriate for public session is that we reviewed and then analyzed for you in a very primary way the primary distinctions between the district as a public agency and the foundation as a private entity, and the fact that while they have common goals in certain aspects, that the foundation is dedicated, for example, in fulfilling the mission of the district, they are nonetheless separate legal entities, and they're governed by separate legal principles, corporate law and tax revenue laws versus public agency law. And then at the conclusion, again, I think it's a matter to be shared with in public session, is that we are recommending that there be an agreement put together that would give a clear statement of the coordinated operation and maintenance and management, rather, of how the two entities will work together and they're in these common goals. I think that would facilitate both agencies in understanding exactly the differences and the arrangements between the two.